may now know, I've been diving into the science behind what can cause insomnia. So you may not actually have the true definition of insomnia that's a true sleep disorder, but I know that when I was having a hard time sleeping, I called it insomnia. And so I imagine some of you might be doing that as well. So what can cause a sleepless night? Last week I got into some of the science, and this week I'm going to add to that. So it could actually be something called leaky gut. Now, this has become a term that more and more people are familiar with, but in case you aren't, leaky gut means intestinal permeability. So that means that literally the lining of your gut wall that is supposed to protect your gut and keep particles from getting into your bloodstream, it's actually getting destroyed. So I will add a visual of what leaky gut looks like on a cellular level so you can actually see. But our gut cells have these little hairs sticking off of them called microvilli, and those can become damaged from things like antibiotics, from eating foods you're sensitive to, from toxins like pesticides and BPA, from gut infections like parasites or candida, which is what I talked about last time, and from stress as well, and high cortisol levels, which I talk about all the time. So all of these things can actually contribute to leaky gut and to that destruction of your the cells of your intestine. And so as those microvilli are destroyed and the cells become tighter and less fluid, and then there become spaces between them that isn't supposed to be there. And when that happens, undigested food particles, toxins, and bacteria can leak through that gut wall and get into your bloodstream. Now, when that happens, this is going to cause this low-grade and constant inflammation. If you've been following me before, then you know that what happens when you have inflammation is your body releases cortisol because it is an anti-inflammatory hormone. But you don't want cortisol being released at night when you're trying to sleep. But if you have this inflammation from leaky gut, then it is. And so leaky gut can definitely affect your sleep for that reason, because your body's going to release cortisol at night, which is going to suppress melatonin and make it really hard for you to fall back asleep. So that's how leaky gut causes sleep issues. Some ways to tell if you have leaky gut are having digestive issues, although not everyone has digestive issues, even though you would think they would since it's a gut problem. Food sensitivities or allergies, if you're aware that you have that. Brain fog, mood disorders like depression or anxiety, skin issues like acne and eczema, seasonal allergies or hay fever, hormone imbalances, autoimmunity, and sleep disturbances. So if you have any of these signs, it's very possible that you have leaky gut, and also an underlying infection causing that. So the best way to find out for sure is to get tested. And this you can find out in the GI map, which I talked about last week, to also find out if you have parasites or pathogenic bacteria that have overgrown, or a fungal overgrowth like candida. So this test is going to also show whether you have leaky gut. And that's the best way to know for sure, and also to know what's causing your leaky gut so that we can stop that inflammation and start to heal your gut. And once you do that, you're going to start sleeping a lot better too. So I hope that explains what leaky gut is, how it can cause sleep issues, and the best part, that you can actually do something about it, which is really exciting, and figure out why you aren't sleeping. This could very well be the reason why. Please let me know if you have questions. Feel free to get in touch. I'm happy to chat anytime about your sleep, and I will look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for listening.